Hey YouTube, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody's having a nice week. I just got back from a workout in the park. I've been taking my TRX down there. Much nicer to work outside than inside, and was a very nice day. Got a good workout in. Now I'm ready to do a little video for you. Today I want to talk about taking health to the next level in 2021, and I'm talking beyond a raw food diet. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go down and hit that button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you can stay subscribed to the channel and come check out some of my content in 2021, because there's going to be lots more of it. Just a few days left in the year, and I'm just having some of those thoughts, you know, kind of like what I want to work on in 2021, how I want to evolve in 2021, and kind of how I just want to shake things up in 2021. I've gotten quite stagnant here. I mean, I never planned on being in Alabama this long. And it's just all due to family stuff. People, I ain't gonna sit down and tell my whole damn personal story. It's no drama, no nothing. I'm just here because I have an elderly mother who is in the nursing home. But didn't expect to be in Alabama this long, and I kind of dropped into not the best place. I mean, this has not been a good year for me mental health wise. It just kind of piled up on me all this time in isolation, and then this last year where we're kind of forced to be here in isolation. So I've just been working on little tricks and tips with myself to kind of just, you know, keep my mental up, and just little things I wanted to start working on in 2021 and kind of get back on my path of total wellness, total health, and just have my head back ready for when I am out of here and can get back either down to the tropics or some other part of the country. I could definitely see that happening and going and spending a little time in somewhere else in the U.S. after I leave here before I go back to the tropics. But anyhow, what I want to do, and I just said I came back from working out in the park. I want to, and as I'm talking, and as I talk about particular components of this, I want you to think of it like this. I don't want the big New Year's resolutions, and I know how people tend to go. Like a lot of you watching this video, you might have these big plans. I'm going to go from here, from eating like shit to eating great, or I'm going to go from never working out to I'm going to work five days a week, blah blah blah, or I'm going to go, I've never meditated before, I'm going to meditate every single day. In other words, people set themselves up for failure by basically taking off more than they're ready to chew at the time. So just take a step. Just take a step. That's how I'm going to do it. So, you know, that's what I'm going to share, is how I do it. That's all this channel is. So on January 1st, just take a step. One step. What's the famous saying? I think that's in the Tao by Lao Tzu. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, but it's really true. Everybody that runs a marathon takes off from the finish line and hits that one foot, and then they eventually finish. So for the physical, you know, right now all I've been doing is I got this TRX about 5 months ago, and I've been doing it regularly, but I basically use this TRX to replicate and almost do gym workouts that I used to do. I split it up exactly the same way. I work legs one day, I work chest and triceps one day, and then I work back and biceps another day. And I've been walking. That's basically, but that, you know what? And like I say, this is for me. I don't want you comparing or like saying, okay, well, we're going to do this. For a lot of people that are doing nothing, or for a lot of people that just want to be healthy and just want to be mobile and just want to be able to do stuff, maybe just play with their kids, walking is great exercise. You don't have to start running 5 miles a day or running or this or that. Just start with walking. If you feel like running, start running. But I want to take mine a little bit further. I want to start doing some more. There's like, I don't know why I haven't taken advantage. There's tons of TRX workouts on YouTube, and also when I bought the TRX, you've got this card and you can get to this website of theirs that has tons of workouts there. So I want to do more like HIIT workouts, some more like core. There's core stuff you can do with that, although you get a pretty good core workout each workout, and do some cardio with it. I bought a kettlebell about 2 or 3 months ago, and I just, you know, I want to be real careful with that. I don't have health insurance. I don't need to, you know, pull my back or do something with a disc or whatever. So I really want to get some instruction on that, but I want to, so I know somebody I'm going to reach out to and see if they can give me just a simple routine on that. So I add the kettlebell, I don't know, maybe one day a week, maybe more to my workouts. and then, also do the TRX a little bit differently. Another aspect of the physical, I've been saying since I got back to the States 3.5 years ago, isn't that right? Yeah, in 2017, 3.5 years ago, I'm going to get back to my yoga practice. And I haven't. And I think the yoga practice, it just kind of gets looming. The further I was away from my regular practice, like I was doing when I was in Costa Rica, it just gets this bigger thing in my yoga practice. So I'm kind of taking a step back from that and just saying, okay, I have to, at 56 years old, I'll be 57 in March, I have to incorporate some flexibility circulation type workout. So whether I'm going to call it doing yoga, just doing some stretching, but I don't like just static stretching without breathing into it. But I think I'm going to get in touch with my old yoga teacher down in Costa Rica and see if she can maybe help me start with some just simple stuff to start off with, to just build back some basic flexibility, because I'm so tight. I haven't done anything like that I haven't even done any basic stretching in a couple of years, so I want to work on that. Breath work. I've talked about breath work a few times on here, and for me, breath work so far has just been simple stuff. It's not all that, I do a little alternate nostril breathing sometimes, and that feels really good, but most of my stuff is very simple stuff, just deep breathing, just in and out. But and just by focusing on your breath when you're breathing like that, it's not that you're manipulating your breath or you're purposely doing it, but your breath, when you start taking deep breaths and you just are aware of your breath, it will become deeper. But I'm a little late to the party sometime. I've been watching some of this Wim Hof stuff. I saw an interview that Russell Brand did with him, and I really got into it for the first time. I wasn't ever have a bad connotation about him. I just wasn't ever like I'd see him talking to somebody or somebody would bring it up. Never caught my eye. Finally caught my eye, and I started listening to him talking about how some of this breathing oxygenates the cells and does things that's just amazing for the body. I might give it a try at some point. I'm not one of these. I hate cold water with a passion. So I'm not really doing it to do a submerge or any of that kind of getting in the ice water, but you never know. So I want to work on the breath work. That's one aspect of it. I want to get back. I've been meditating more, but starting 2021, I want to get back to my daily practice, because there's just something different about even if you're regular, even if you're doing it 3, 4, 5 times a week, just having that daily. And it doesn't, like I said before, it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to sit down. You hear people talk about meditating for 20, 30 minutes, an hour. You can sit down for 5 minutes. If not, nothing else, sit down for 1 minute. And just, I think all of these things will help with my mental health, but I just really want to focus on that mental health. A lot of times stuff like that, it has to do with gratitude work. A lot of times this past year when I've gone through tough times, I literally just start going down that gratitude list, because as tough a year as it's been mentally for me, I know that it's been so much harder for other people. So sometimes that's just like my lifeline. Like at times when when the anxiety's really piled up on me, or I'm just really getting out there, I literally would just go to that and just start listing anything. I'll start looking around. Oh, I've got a roof over my head. I've got an old car out there that runs. I've got plenty of food in the kitchen. I've got Wi-Fi. I've got internet in the house to get things done. I have internet in the house. I have Netflix to keep me entertained. I have YouTube to keep me entertained. I'm able to, a lot of people were stuck inside this year. I have a park. I can get outside all the time in a small town. And this really helps, to just kind of take that inventory of all the things that you're, that you have to be grateful of. And it'll kind of give you a little bit of relief when they start adding up and you realize, well, things can't be that bad if I've got all these things to be grateful for. So once again, I didn't want to talk about particulars or do this or do that, but all I want to say to finish is just to reiterate, don't try too much. Don't try to take on too much. Just take that first step on January 2nd. Do something good for yourself. On January 1st. Do something good for yourself on January 1st. Oh, the hydration. You got to get that hydration in there. If, maybe you eat better. Maybe you're not even at the place that you want to eat. Maybe you want to be raw, and like I say, I'm not about the fanaticism of raw, however you do your thing, but you may not do the best version of how you want to do it on January 1st, but do better than you've done before. On January 2nd, do a little bit better. And do that with every aspect of your health, whether it's the physical, whether it's the breathing, whether it's the meditation. With the physical, if you're doing nothing right now, go for a walk on January 1st. Go for a nice long walk. Do some push-ups, do some body weight exercises. In fact, I would say even if your gym's open where you are, don't join a gym in January. Gyms are a shit show because that's when everybody comes out of the woodwork. It's no fun to be in the gym. So if you're doing nothing, do some push-ups. Do some, go on YouTube, search body weight exercises and search exercise with no weights. But just do something. Same thing with the meditation. If you want to start a meditation practice and you've always been frustrated with yourself, that you've never done it or you've tried and you haven't started, it's probably the same thing I'm doing with my yoga. It's like, because I keep saying, well, if I'm not going to do my full practice like I did before, if I'm not going to do it some way that I have an expectation that I should be doing it, then I'm just not going to do it. Best way to start meditation, just decide you're going to show up and meditate every day for 30 days. And I think I'm going to do a separate video on this before too long. And just decide I'm going to meditate every day for 30 days and just show up. Just show up. On day one, if you do nothing else, like say for instance, I sit in my chair to meditate. So if nothing else, I might come into this position, like if I had never meditated, bring your chair to where you're, or either sit on the floor, sit wherever, however you're going to do it, and just show up on day one. Maybe you get there to your chair and you sit down and you close your eyes and you take one breath and it doesn't work. You still did something very valuable that day. You showed up. The next day, you do it again, you do it again, you do it again. I think though that anybody could probably sit there for 1 minute. You sit there, you close your eyes, you just focus on your breath for a minute. No expectations. You do a little bit more the next day after that, the next day after that. If you do this, starting on January 1st without all these big expectations and all this, okay, I'm going to do this, and this, which you're never going to do. Let me repeat that again. You're never going to do it. You're going to be crapped out by February, March at the latest. But if you do what I'm saying here, and you do a little something on January 1st, and you do a little something more on January 2nd, and you do a little something more on January 3rd, and you keep progressing day after day. You don't have these huge tasks in front of you, but you do something every day. In other words, you take a step. You're running that marathon, or you're doing that journey of 1,000 miles. You take one step every day, 365 days. I guarantee you, come December 31st, of 2021, you'll be looking at life differently. Now, most people won't do that, and we'll be having this same conversation 1 year from now. So get off that wheel. Get off that merry-go-round of doing the same thing over and over, year after year, same month. You know you're going to be doing this. Then June comes, you're going to be doing this. Do different to get different. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And I'll probably come to you this weekend. Let's see, what's today? Tuesday? Yeah, I'll probably come to you like Saturday or so, since Friday is the 1st. So Happy New Year and see you in 2021. Peace.